Hello, language lovers and mythology enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a word that conjures images of immense power and epic battles, gigas. If you've ever marveled at tales of giants, you're about to discover the ancient roots of that very concept. So grab your lexicon and let's get started. The word giant in English feels so familiar, doesn't it? We use it to describe everything from towering basketball players to massive corporations. But its origin story takes us back to the heart of Roman and Greek mythology. The Latin word is gigans, and its genitive or possessive form is gigantes. This tells us it belongs to the third declension, a group of Latin nouns known for their wonderfully varied patterns. And in terms of gender, gigans is masculine. But gigans wasn't just a word for any tall person. It specifically referred to the giants, a mythical race of beings of incredible size and strength. In Greco-Roman mythology, the giants, or gigantes in plural, were the offspring of Gaia, the earth. Born from the blood of Uranus, the sky, after he was wounded by his son Cronus. This origin story alone paints them as primal, powerful forces of nature, literally born from the earth and the heavens. The most famous story involving the giants is the Gigantomachy, which literally means the War of the Giants. This was an all-out cosmic battle where the giants rose up to challenge the authority of the Olympian gods, led by Zeus. It wasn't just a simple skirmish, it was a fight for control of the entire universe. The giants were formidable foes. They were often depicted with serpent-like legs, hurling massive rocks and entire mountaintops at the heavens. They were the ultimate symbol of chaos trying to overthrow order. According to the myths, a prophecy stated that the gods could only defeat the giants with the help of a mortal. This is where the hero Heracles, or Hercules in Roman tradition, enters the scene. Fighting alongside gods like Zeus, Athena, and Poseidon, Hercules' involvement was the key to tipping the scales. Each giant had to be subdued by both a god and a mortal to be truly defeated. For example, the giant Alcyoneus was immortal as long as he fought in his homeland of Pallene, so Heracles dragged him away from his home turf to overcome him. Porphyrion, the king of the giants, nearly overpowered Hera, but Zeus struck him with a thunderbolt and Heracles finished him off with an arrow. This epic struggle, the Gigantomachy, was a massively popular subject in ancient art. You can see it depicted on temple friezes, like the famous one on the Great Altar of Pergamon, on pottery, and in sculptures. For the Greeks and Romans, it wasn't just a cool action story. It symbolized the triumph of civilization, reason, and order represented by the Olympian gods over savagery, chaos, and brute force, as embodied by the giants. It was a foundational myth that reinforced their worldview. So when a Roman used the word gigans, they weren't just thinking big guy. They were tapping into this rich vein of mythology. The word carried connotations of rebellion, immense but untamed power, and the primal forces that challenge established order. It was a word loaded with cultural and historical weight. The very sound of gigans, gigantes, echoes with the clash of gods and monsters. Let's look at how the word itself is structured. As a third declension noun, its stem is gigant. This is what you add the various case endings to. So gigans is the nominative singular, the subject form. Gigantes is the genitive singular, meaning of the giant. Then you have giganti for the dative, avor to the giant, gigantem for the accusative, the direct object, and giganti for the ablative by with. Or from the giant, the plural forms follow a similar pattern, gigantes, gigantem, gigantibus, and so on. Understanding this declension is key to reading any Latin text that mentions these mythological beings. The journey of gigans from Latin into English is fascinating. It traveled through Old French, where it became gent. From there, Middle English adopted it, and it eventually evolved into the word giant we use today. But even though the spelling and pronunciation have changed, the core meaning has remained remarkably stable. It still signifies something of colossal size and power. When we hear the word gigantic, which is the adjectival form derived from the same root, we immediately understand the scale it implies. Think about how we use it now. A tech giant isn't literally a massive person, but a company with immense influence and power. One that might even seem to challenge the established order in its own way. A literary giant is an author whose work has had a colossal impact on culture. The mythological DNA of the word is still present. It's not just about size, it's about impact, power, and sometimes a hint of a challenge to the status quo. So the next time you use the word giant or gigantic, take a moment to remember its origins. You're not just using an English word, you're speaking a piece of ancient history. You're invoking the myth of the Gigantes, the earth-born challengers of the gods, and the epic battle that defined the cosmos. From the battlefields of mythology to the boardrooms of the 21st century, the legacy of Giggins lives on, a testament to the enduring power of words and the stories they carry. It's a perfect example of how studying a single Latin noun can unlock a universe of art, history, and culture. Thank you so much for joining me on this mythological and linguistic journey today. It's incredible how much history can be packed into a single word. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next exploration. Let me know in the comments what other words you'd like to see us break down.